You know, in the beginning it was peaceful revolution, but because of the violence that was done by the regime, you know, they answered the protests with bullets. Because of that, you know, the war started. I'm Abdulsalam Hindawi, I'm from Syria.
Salam is a graduate teaching assistant at the University of Colorado and a refugee from the Syrian civil war. He's currently seeking temporary protected status and asylum inside the United States. I met with him to talk about his escape from the Syrian army and to hear his unique perspective on the conflict which is ongoing.
Whenever I had to leave, I would protest, you know, I would join the ranks of the protesters. I was afraid, to be honest, but I did that because I wanted to express myself as well. I wanted to feel that, I wanted to have that feeling.
By the time his service was supposed to be over, the revolution was in full swing. The Syrian army refused to release Salam's class because so many soldiers had already defected.
I realized, you know, I was wasting my life. They're lying to us. They're not gonna release us. And large parts of that province was liberated by the FSA. So there was real threat to our safety.
Salam decided to escape.
I told my brother to call the site and say, like, my father is having a heart attack and I need to go see him. But that didn't work because, as I told you, leaves to Aleppo were forbidden. I came up with a new idea, a new plan. I told them my parents are coming to Damascus to see me. My father recovered from that heart attack and they're coming to Damascus to see me. Okay, and I was sent for a leave, for 48 hours leave, you know, and I never came back.
He makes it to Damascus where he catches a bus to Aleppo. While on the bus, he gets a call from his lieutenant.
He called me. At that time, I was on the bus going to Aleppo after like 4 hours of waiting in Damascus bus station because none of the transportation companies wanted to go to Aleppo. None of them. Until I finally found a bus going to Aleppo and I got on it. After like half an hour into the trip, he called me and he said, "How are you? How's everything? Where are you now?" I said, "I'm in Damascus. Don't forget to do me such and such." And in the middle of his talk, the signal, you know, was absent because we got into rural Damascus.
Salam made it to Aleppo and met up with his family. He took another bus and fled north into Turkey. For several years, Salam had been close with a professor at Princeton. It was this professor who suggested Salam apply for the Human Geography program at the University of Colorado, Boulder.
He knew that it's always been my dream to come to the United States and maybe study. So he advised me to apply to this program at CU-Boulder, and I applied and got accepted, which was great. When I received that email from them that telling me that you're accepted, I couldn't contain my happiness. I couldn't. It was such a great moment, such a great lifetime moment.
Currently, Salam is staying in the U.S. on a visa. He's waiting to hear back on his applications for temporary protected status and permanent asylum. As an army defector, he would be killed if he returned to his country. I asked what Salam thought about recent rhetoric concerning Syrian refugees.
I'm afraid that maybe someday we will be like categorized into like being terrorists, all of us, but that's definitely not true. However, the American government have legitimate reasons to be worried about that, and we're aware of that, and we appreciate everything the United States government does for Syrian refugees.
Finally, I asked whether he thought stability in Syria could ever be achieved.
I think the first thing that should happen is deposition of Bashar al-Assad. Because with the end of Bashar al-Assad, at least we will guarantee that the systematic killing of civilians will be over. After that, we can deal with ISIS and maybe eliminate them. But that will take a lot of political power, and I don't see any kind of that will in the near future. So unfortunately, the war will continue for some time at least. I'm separating my expectations from my wishes.